Hey guys, Jay here. So this is a quick update video on this AFK Pathfinder character. If you notice already, you can see the amount of life that I'm having is, well, quite crazy. So yesterday I dropped a one passive voices and I got it sold, and long story short, I got a bunch of upgrade into the build, including and not limited to the original sin, which is the item that is gonna enable all the damage in the world that I can ever hope for. Right now, farming Simulacrum is an absolute breeze. I am on wave 28 here, as you can see. So a little bit of changes because of the original sin. So what changed along with the original sin? So technically, we no longer need any consuming dart. The consuming dart is still a very like easy way to get some chance to poison. Without the consuming dart, I would only have 80% chance to poison here, but it's quite easy to just slot in like two other jewels that give a 5% chance to poison or something like that, and then I have 100% because I'm using the Adorned. But right now, I think this one is still worth keeping. It is giving intelligence, it is giving damage. Hey, all good, right? So still very good. But the other one, I don't need to keep two consuming darts. So I decided to get the Dark Seer. The Dark Seer here give 2 level to all spell skill gem, which is very good. The global chance to blind enemy, that is whatever, because we don't benefit from it. I try to take this one, so we have no evasion, we have no evade chance anyway, so that doesn't do anything. But malediction is very good. Enemies deals 10% reduced damage and takes 10% increased damage. That is very good. And so the last thing that is very nice here is +2 maximum life per level. And this scepter can roll from 1 to 2 of maximum life, mana, or energy shield. So just get any of the cheapest one with life. If you have original sin, of course, that's not going to be a problem. I bought this one for 1 divine. We only care about the life. And you should not get the ES, by the way, right? Try to get the mana. 1 mana is okay because we don't have any mana anyway, but getting more ES is going to be damaging to the build actually, so do not get the ES, just get life and mana, right? I have a bunch of rare items upgraded, so I craft this myself by buying the fractured base and then throw the strength essence into it until I get T1 life. I got T2 life with suppression tier 3, right? So I decided to just go for it because 10% suppression means I need to take less suppression in the skill tree, and so more points basically. So I like it, so I keep it. I craft on the increased armor, and just armor, not armor and evasion, to make this initially more armor than evasion, so I can abuse the mastery over here. But then later I'm going to talk a little bit later about why I removed this one, because I have immune to bleeding from this because I use the Mageblood now. If you have the money, well, Mageblood is probably still very good. I'm not using a Progenesis. I am having 4 resistant flasks as my Mageblood flask, and then the last flask is the Bottle of Fate for as much damage as possible, I guess. So yeah, I don't use a Progenesis, and because I don't use a Progenesis, then the Ties of Time lose a lot of its value, and so Mageblood is just way more convenient, especially when you farm Simulacrum where you rely your resistances on the flask. If you meet the flask siphoner mod, there might be some trouble if you don't have the flask perfectly rolled with like gain 3 charges on hit, something like that. So Mageblood, we have a very juiced up flask, by the way. If you see here, I am having 87 maximum rest, I mean, I do have 87 all resistances right here. I sometimes get to 85 because I can improve a little bit. I do rely on the endurance charges, which I will have like 25% of the time when I'm hit. So normally I do have it. So yeah, it's pretty good. What else? So the glove is still the same. Ooh, one moment, let me pick up, please. All right. With 30. Okay. I've been farming Simulacrum for the whole stream today for like 7 hours. This is the same glove as I have before. And this, look at this stupid shit. I just try to look for boots that I just try to see if like how many fractured modifiers that they can have on the boots. And the answer is I saw a pair of boots that has 6 fractured modifiers. It was kind of shit, but it was funny. And then I saw this one. It is on sale for 5 divines, so I decided to grab it. The reason is I don't really need dexterity. However, the more dexterity I have, that means more tattoo I can put into the skill tree, and a lot of the 10 points. I'm having some intelligence here, 3 points of intelligence, and then 3 points of dexterity here as not being tattooed. All the other stuff are already tattooed with suppression here, with resistance. All the red ones are with a life regen, so attribute is actually pretty nice to get from here. So I saw this part, like 4 tier 1 modifiers that are actually all useful, so I bought it. I used the essence to get the tier 1 life, and you know, I've even used it to get exactly 96 life, because it's just take a few essences of greed, right? And then I craft just additional life to them. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. It's the easiest freaking craft I have ever done. Granted that the base is purchased, right? And so yeah, this is the changes. Oh, also, because I have the currency available, so I try to min-max as well. Try to really min-max, so I actually can have a somewhat min-max version in order to prepare for the build guide, so it can cover from the budget to the from the low budget to the high budget, and this one is a high budget. I am having the Adorned upgraded to 149%, which is only 1 off perfect. To get the perfect one, I need to spend like 300 divine more, so I say, no, fuck that. I take 1 off. 1 off is okay. I don't need the extra 1% to roll anything. So, yeah. Okay, that is wave 30. And we are done. Let me show you the jewels that I'm using with Adorned, right? So I'm using a total of 9 jewels with the Adorned, which are corrupted blue jewels. This one is 1% off in life. If I have 7% life, you can compare here. 1% life means 3% in this case. So I'm gonna upgrade this one sometime soon. So maybe I will get like 8.6k life over here. I'm just trying to min-max little by little, right? I would say the best possible roll that you can have with the jewels probably life, and then the poison duration and chance to poison here. Poison duration is very strong for the endgame version. The other ones, I am having quite a lot of the recoup one, right? A lot of recoup. 2 of them actually got like the implicit of reduced effect of shock. If you see here, 24% reduced effect of shock translate into 59% effect of shock. So I have 2 of these. Hey, that is already immune to shock from this. Since I have immune to shock from this, that means I can replace the shock immunity that normally I get from a flask and I decided to go for bleeding and corrupted blood immunity, two of the very bad things that we want to be immune to in this build. We get it from this flask, and this is the only reason why the Mageblood is better, in my opinion. The juiced up flask is good. We have like 17%, 12% maximum resistance from these flasks, but I would say that immunity is even more valuable, which makes the Mageblood actually valuable in this build. Well, the tires of time, you will still be fine with it if you are using the gain charge on hit setup, so don't worry about it. I will talk more in the detailed build guide for all the versions. This is just a showcase and update video pretty much. So yeah, for the jewel, even the 5% increased damage in the implicit here translates to 12% increased damage. Man, I love Adorned now. It's just absolutely insane. And because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jewels with 6% damage recouped as life. Each of them is actually 14%. So that is 5 times 14, which is 70% recoup already. So I can remove the blood notch. I don't use blood notch anymore. This is the 3 jewel that I am using as a unique jewel, which is mandatory. The first one is immutable force, which got upgraded to more than 961%, right? And then the Watcher's Eye is absolutely mandatory for extra recovery. The future upgrade for this particular character, maybe I will craft a slightly better pair of gloves, but that is all pretty much. The only thing that I'm lacking is 1% of cold and lightning resist. No, 2% of cold and lightning resistant, without having to rely on the endurance charges. I am getting endurance charges from this node. We get hit all the time, so we all the time get the endurance charges. I am abusing the automation with Immortal Core and increased duration because we have endurance charges all the time, so it actually becomes a very good layer of defense, basically, even though it's not 100% uptime, but I think it's very good. Just a lot of HP when it's up, so yeah, I would like to have it. And yeah, if you don't use Immortal Core here, right, then you will always have charges and you will always have 87% resistant. I mean, if I want to, right, I don't really want to do it, but just one point here will just solve everything, right? For example, I can remove, let me see, actually we remove this, and I will just put this here, right? And now we already have 87% all resistances. The other upgrade that can be done on this build, I will mention it in the build guide video as well, but just so you know, I am still having 3 more levels to go, and if all of these voices are 1 passive voices, which is quite insane, that means we need 3 of the 1 passive voices here. That means we have enough point to go for the 4th 1 passive voices. So that is 4 of them that we need, which translate into 10 mirrors to actually have the absolute min-max version of this build. We will have 4 cluster, we will have 3 additional adorned jewels, we will have like somewhere around the range of, I would say, 10k to 11k life, maybe 12. And yeah, that is just how it looks like. And the damage is totally dot cap, without a question. So yeah, that is everything I want to share with you in this particular video. I will release a build guide video, probably will be 2. The first one will be a quick one, just show the setup, share a little bit about the path of buildings, some kind of gear threshold that you want to have before you do certain kind of content, it's going to be a quick video for someone who already have a decent knowledge in POE, so you can quickly just if you want to replicate the build, you can quickly just use the POE, use the information that I shared in that particular video, and then just make the character. And another one that is going to be the long form, very detailed, as I usually do on the build guide, because that is going to be more helpful towards newer player. Well, that's it. That's everything for this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you will enjoy this build. If you didn't try it, you should give it a try. I mean, with the budget, with the high budget, it feels absolutely amazing. But even without this one, right, it still feels very, very nice. With the low budget version, we already have done some of the tier 17 maps, not all of them. But with this one, currently I am doing a little project on Simulacrum. So I have bought 80 Simulacrum, and I plan to run like at least 50, so I can make a video just to conclude on the amount of money, amount of currency that you can gain from running Simulacrum, those sort of things. And then maybe I can move on to try a lot of tier 17. I mean, I want to do a lot of tier 17, and not only normal tier 17, because this is a very high budget character. I am gonna do the back to basics tier 17. I try to do most of the mods. I would try all the mods, but I think this build can be, you know, tailored toward like doing most of the actual mods that is available on tier 17. At least that is what I hope. I'll try to, you know, make a monster character pretty much to tackle the tier 17, which is the most bullshit kind of content this league have to offer with the back to basics keystone. And yeah, that is everything, literally everything I want to share with you today. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I also stream every Monday to Friday from 9 p.m. EST to 3 or 4 a.m. EST the day after. And yeah, feel free to join, hang out. See you in the next video. Hope you like it. Peace.